Are you having a hard time ranking online? Are the keywords that you're picking just not quite performing the way you want them to? Hey everybody, my name is Greg Seacrest, and today we're going to dive into low competition keywords and how to find them when it comes to SEO. So let's get into why low competition keywords even matter in the first place. So number one, in SEO, you're trying to get found online based on the search results that people are typing in. The problem is that you are competing with lots of other people online. So your chance of winning those competitive keywords drastically goes down. So finding low competition keywords is a way to find keywords that have good search volume, but are not as competitive as some of the other bigger keywords out there. So this matters because if you are trying to add another stream of traffic to your site outside of paid ads, learning how to find low competition keywords and understanding how to analyze them to see the potential that they have when it comes to ROI is key if you want to be able to increase your presence online and to be able to rank higher for keywords in a faster amount of time. First of all, there are some free tools that you can use to help you with your keyword planning. For example, if you spin up a brand new Google Ads account, or if you already have a Google Ads account, they actually have a keyword planner that you can check out. So let's jump into the Google Keyword Planner and let's take a look at how this works.
Okay, so here we are inside of a dummy AdSense account, and over here on the left-hand side, you'll see this tools section, and at the very top is Keyword Planner. So again, anyone with a Google account can create an ads account with Google. You're just gonna go to ads.google.com. But here you have a couple of different options. If you already have a list of keywords that you come up with, you can actually type them in here in this Get Search Volume and Forecasts to be able to get some information. But if you don't even know what keywords you're targeting, a really good place to start is in this Discover New Keywords section. So if I click that and I go ahead and type in something like gardening tools, and I hit Get Results, Google here is going to give me some really basic information. So it's going to show me what the keyword is, right? I gave it gardening tools, and it's showing that that keyword gets about 4,900 monthly searches. The competition is very high though. So it's giving you a basic kind of high, medium, and low on these keywords. You can see that all these keywords that it is, kind of giving me here are all very high on competition. So while the average monthly search volume is really good, these just are too competitive for me to target. And this is where a lot of SEOs make the mistake. They'll look at these numbers and they'll be like, oh my gosh, look, I could get 110,000 hits a month. But because the competition is so high and because you haven't been around long enough and you haven't done the work and you have competition that's way ahead of you, working on a word like this, while it's a great keyword, you're just not going to make any traction in any short amount of time. It could take months, years. We've even seen some people never be able to break the ice on some of these bigger keywords. But what I would want to try and do is find longer tailed keywords. So longer tailed keywords are just keywords that are more than 2-3 words, right? So I'm going to try and look for words to do that. We're going to go into a little bit more detail and a little bit later in this video, but I just wanted to show you how you could use the free Google Keyword Planner to give you the basics on the competition. Now, if you found something that was a low competition and relatively high search volume, that's the type of word that you want to go after. Sometimes even medium if the search volume per month warrants that. The nice thing in Google Keyword Planner is you can pick whatever keywords that you want to add them to a list, and you can actually save those keywords right to a list. Or you could copy these, put them into an Excel sheet. You can do whatever you want based on how your methodology works. But that's essentially how the free Google Keyword Planner would work for you to find and learn what keywords are competitive and which ones have low competition.
So for those of you who want a little bit more data analysis, there are some other tools out there. Now they are paid tools, so you're going to have to be willing to pay some money every single month or annually. But the tools that I would recommend would be tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush. I personally use SEMrush. It's just a preference thing. I'm not affiliated with either of these companies, but for me, I'm going to just give you some examples here showing SEMrush because that's the platform that I've used the longest and that I've been pretty happy with.
Okay, so inside of SEMrush, they have what is called the Keyword Magic Tool. So to keep with our theme of gardening, we're going to type in gardening tools and hit search. So what SEMrush is going to do is it's going to do what the Google Keyword Planner did and give us keyword ideas. The only difference here is we're going to get a little bit more information. So SEMrush will show you the broad match version of the keyword, the phrase match, which is exact words just maybe in different orders, and then the exact match, meaning the words are in the exact order that you want them to be in. What's really kind of cool about SEMrush and some of the other paid tools is it will give you the intent of the keyword. We're going to talk about this a little bit later in the video, but this will help you to understand what kind of content to build around that keyword to get the most traction. It's going to show you the monthly volume that it can get, and it's also going to give you this keyword difficulty ratio. This number is extremely important, and this is kind of where SEMrush and these paid tools kind of shine, because in our experience, a keyword that is a low competition keyword is something that sits between 0 and somewhere in the 30s on the KD ratio. That is the sweet spot. If you go after a word like that, your ability to have traction, if you build human written content around that phrasing and you match the intent, you're going to have a really good chance of ranking high on Google. Now, where would I put the cap? I would say the cap is about 60. You're really going to have a hard time winning anything that's 60 or above. And even then, that monthly volume better be really high to make something at a 60 be worth going after. So just to be safe, I would always recommend picking something that's between 0 and something in the 30s. You're going to have a much easier time winning something like that. So again, this also kind of bolsters the fact that you need to be looking for long-tailed keywords. Long-tailed keywords are typically the keywords that are going to fit in that low competition mold because they have a few more words in there. They're a little bit more specific, and they usually are much less competitive and definitely fit that low competitive keyword mold.
Before we get into the next steps of the video, I just want to put in a short plug for our do-it-for-you SEO services and content writing. There's a link in the description below where you can go onto our website and actually get a free SEO audit, where we'll actually take a look at your content on your website and tell you what content is working for you, what content isn't. Once we've done this audit, we'll actually give you recommendations on what we think would work best for you and your website moving forward when it comes to keywords, content strategy, and even link building. So what do you have to lose? Go to that link in the description below and get a free SEO audit. Okay, well now let's move on to the next section of this video, which is now that we've decided how to find keywords, what should we do to analyze them? Which ones should we actually be using in our content to be able to rank higher on Google and get relevant traffic? Because that's a really important point. SEO is not just about bringing more traffic to the site. SEO is about bringing relevant traffic to your site, traffic that actually cares about what you're doing and that matches the intent of the keywords. A really easy way to kind of get a barometer reading of what type of content is ranking for these keywords is to go to Google. Just type in the keyword and see what the top results are. Are the top results blogs? Are they corporate landing pages? Are they navigation pages? This will kind of help you to show you kind of what you're up against, right? If these are high-end corporate pages, that might be a little bit harder to make a dent in. But if they are blog posts and things like that, it's kind of anybody's game, right? You have a lot higher chance of competing with someone like that. So the next most key critical part about keywords is the intent. What is the intent behind the keyword? This is something that Google has changed drastically over the years. It used to be when there was the Panda update and the Penguin update that they were really going after keyword stuffing and things like that. Keyword stuffing no longer works. It hasn't worked since 2012, but they've gone even further to understand the intent of what that person is wanting with the keyword. So for example, is the keyword intent informational? Are they just looking for information? Or is it commercial? Are they looking more about the brand, the history of what's going on, the way that thing works? Or is it a transactional intent? Are they ready to make a purchase? If they're ready to make a purchase, they want to understand pricing, they want to understand benefits and features, they want to know what they're getting, how long it's going to take to get there, the materials, what it's made from. So the intent is incredibly important when it comes to the keyword. So understanding what that intent is can also help you to know what sort of content to create. Now, tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs and others that are paid will kind of do this work for you. They'll kind of give you an idea of, hey, this keyword is a commercial intent, or this keyword is an informational intent. Google's keyword planner does not do that, but it's not very hard to be able to go into Google, take a look at what's ranking, and understand the intent from that content that you're reading. So it's not rocket science. You can figure it out without a paid tool. But if you're using a paid tool, it can just speed you up a little bit on knowing what the intent is of the keyword. Now, the most important step of this whole process, which is where all the magic happens, is the creating of content that matches the intent of the keyword. And this content needs to be high quality. So what I'm not talking about is going to ChatGPT and copying and pasting in a whole article and calling it good. that's not good enough. The helpful content update that Google has just released in March of 2024, depending on when you're watching this video, really made a huge impact on people that were using straight up AI content. What's awesome is if you create really awesome content that matches the intent of the keyword and is high quality, and you're targeting a low competition keyword, you have a chance of ranking online and relatively quickly. We've seen this with what we do for our clients. We have been able to get people to rank for keywords in as little as 90 days. And that's what's so important about this is you don't just want traffic, you want relevant traffic. You want people who are searching for the thing that you offer and that are willing to potentially become a lead or a sale. And the way that you do that is by matching intent with the keyword after you've found that low competition keyword. So I hope that this video has been very helpful for you today. I hope that you have a better handle on how to find low competition keywords that have high ROI, and that you understand that creating high quality content with intent that matches the intent of the keyword is really the key of doing this. So again, if you like this video, make sure that you click like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you can see when we add new content that goes over different aspects of SEO. And if you have any questions or if you've had any experiences that you want to share, make sure that you put that in the comments below, and we will see you on the next video.